Oh hey there, it's your pal Sam here with two of my favorite things, comics and crying. So here's my top 10 favorite moments in comic book history that make me cry. Here's your spoiler warning for said comics and any film or TV adaptation of them. Also an FYI, I'm picking moments from more recent comics and they're my personal favorites. But let me know yours in the comments down below. Let's kick it off with number 10, an absolute killer finale to Brian Michael Bendis' epic Ultimate Spider-Man run. After being fatally wounded by the Punisher, Peter Parker faces off against all of his greatest foes, besting them all. Finally going up against Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. In one final fight to protect Aunt May, Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane, Peter collapses in victory. As he lays there dying, he's greeted in a white abyss by none other than Uncle Ben, and they walk off together. What an awesomely epic ending that Marvel took back a few years later. They said, oh, that didn't happen. That was a bummer. Number 9, the death of Vin Vision. During Tom King's Vision series, we're introduced to Vision's children, Viv and Vin Vision. During this time, Vision is under investigation from the Avengers, and they send Vision's half-brother, Victor Mancha. While spying on the Visions, Victor Mancha is discovered by Vin Vision, and when Victor tried to subdue him, Victor accidentally kills Vin. It's a tough one to read, I'll be honest. Even tougher, reading a follow-up issue, we see this scene where Vision is playing a recording of his son reciting Shakespeare, and then when he's done, he's left in this, dark silence. Kind of makes your heart feel empty. Number 8, the second death of Izabel. For many fans of Saga out there, Izabel is one of your favorite characters of all time. The spectral teenager is one of the best nannies out there, and when spying on a possible threat, Izabel is wounded and then killed. I didn't even know you could do that with ghosts. As a cherry on top of that, since Hazel and Izabel have been bonded since birth, Hazel can feel Izabel dying. Number 7, Wally West returning to DC Comics. Now during DC's Rebirth kickoff comic, we find out that classic Wally West has been falling endlessly through the Speed Force, blah blah blah, sci-fi stuff. He's been gone from reality and he's trying to communicate with his loved ones, but he can't. During this event, we see Wally reaching out to his friends, family, even his wife, but no one remembers him. Finally, Wally finds Barry Allen, his mentor, and he doesn't ask for help. He only stops to thank Barry for teaching him to appreciate every second of his life. He doesn't fight the inevitable and accepts his death, but at the last second, Barry remembers his best friend and pulls him back into reality. Ooh boy, Sam was up late crying to this comic for a good while. Number 6, Ralph Dibny in 52. Now during DC's massive 52 event, we follow Ralph Dibny, aka the Elongated Man, as he grieves for the loss of his wife, Sue Dibny. I didn't want to include Identity Crisis on this list because that makes me angry cry, so here's a somewhat happy cry. During the year that is 52, we see Ralph being manipulated by many different forces, but finally Ralph is able to come out on top and stop a literal devil from escaping onto Earth. As Ralph sacrifices himself, we see him reunite with Sue in the afterlife. Happy cry.
Happy cry.
Number 5, Glenn's death. The issue that people have been gearing up for years, we see the brutal murder of a fan favorite, Glenn Rhee. Whether it was on the show or in the comic, this one hits close to home. Negan is an absolute monster, and this still leaves me upset. I'll be honest. Number 4, Spider-Man Blue. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale joined forces to create a number of limited series all based on colors. You had Captain America White, Hulk Gray, Daredevil Yellow, and Spider-Man Blue. Blue follows a distraught Peter Parker recalling his time with Gwen Stacy when he was younger. Blue is a beautiful look into how he got to know his friends and what each of them means to him. And I'm getting a weird feeling in my throat right now thinking about it, so I don't want to cry on camera. Moving on. Number 3, Y the Last Man. Super spoiler warning. The death of 355. Also the whole series, but let's focus on the death of 355. This death came out of nowhere, and I just realized somebody on set hasn't read it yet. For some fans, this is a love it or hate it moment in the book, which I can understand, but for what writer Brian K. Vaughan was going for, I get it. We see York's true growth as a character, and we're left with a hole in our hearts from the loss of a truly beautiful relationship that could have been. Number 2, All-Star Superman. All of it. Superman has been dosed with so much solar radiation that he's now dying. All-Star Superman follows Superman as he's basically checking off things from his bucket list. He tells Lois that he's Superman, yada yada yada. The 2 moments though in this book that will always get me is the flashback to Superman losing his father, and Lex Luthor finally understanding why Superman does what he does, why he chooses to help people, because we're all we got. And I'm getting choked up. Let's get to number 1 because we're almost done. The moment that never fails to get me whenever I read it, it's in JLA number 102. We see Wally West having to deal with the age-old lesson each superhero has to come to terms with. You can't save everyone. However, Wally's lesson's a little more brutal than others, I'll be honest. He finds 2 children who died from carbon monoxide poisoning, and this is the first time he's really encountered dead bodies, and to add insult to injury, they're dead children. So how does Wally deal with this? He buys up every smoke detector in town and starts breaking into people's homes to install them all. Even if they have them installed, he adds more of them, and you even see him have a confrontation with the father because he still hasn't replaced the batteries, and it's something so simple that could save his family's life. But when he's confronted by the Justice League, since, you can't just go breaking into people's homes, it's a tough scene. But we're left with a somewhat sad note that no matter what, each of these characters has to deal with the fact that they can never truly save everyone. People have to make their own mistakes, and when they need help, our heroes will be there for them. Now, there are plenty of other heartfelt moments in comics from all publishers, but these are the moments that make my eyes start sweating. What are your favorite moments? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all of our new videos. I'm Sam Bashor, and I'll see you guys next time.